කරණීයමන්ත කුසලේන යන්තං සන්තං පදං අபிසමිච්ඡ සක්ඛෝජුච සුජුච සුවචෝ චංස මුදු අනතිමානි සන්තුන් සකෝච සුභරෝච අම්පකින්චෝච සල්ලහුකවුන්ති සන්තින්ද්‍රියෝච නිප්පකෝච අම්පගම් බෝකුලේසු අනුනුගින්දෝ නචකුන්දං සමාචරේකින්චි යේන විඤ්ඤූ පරේ උපවදේයං සුඛිනෝ වාකේමිනෝ හන්තු සම්බේ සන්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතන්තා ඒකේචිපාන භූතන්ති තසවාතාවරාවා අනවසේසා දීඝාවායේ මහන්තාවා මංජිමාරංසකානුකතුලා දිත්ථාවායේව අන්දින්තා යේච දුරේ වසන්ති අවිදුරේ භූතාවා සම්භවේසීවා සම්බේ සන්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතන්තා නපරෝ පරං නිකුම්බේත ඥාති මඤ්ඤේත කන්තචිනං කංචි ව්‍යාරෝසනා පටික සංඥා ඥාඤ්ඤමඤ්ඤංස දුක්ඛමිච්ඡේය මාතා යතානියං පුන්තං ආයුසා ඒක පුන්ත මනුරංකේ ඒවම්පි සම්බභූතේසු මානසං භාවයේ අපරිමාණං මෙත්තංච සම්බලෝකස්මින් මානසං භාවයේ අපරිමාණං උන්දං අදෝච තිරියංච අසංභාදං අවේරං අසපන්තං තින්ඨං චරං නිසින්නෝවා සයානෝවා යාවතංස විගතමින්දෝ ඊතං සතින් අදින්ඨේය බ්‍රහ්මමේතං විහාරං ඉදමාෝ දිට්ඨිංච අනුපගම්ම සීලවා දන්සනේන සම්පන්නෝ කාමේසු විනය්‍ය gedang nahi jatu kambaseyang punareti ti.
Right, we're going to start short, and may I request you all to move forward to fill up, because after this we are going to go live to stream. Right? Come forward, please. We're going to start.
于双足有情中，最圣之等正觉，正坐于中央，交陈如立于东，东南为大迦舍，舍利弗立于南，西南为优婆离，阿难陀立于西，东北为卡温帕底，目犍连立于北，东北为罗侯罗，如斯蒙佛度化，诸圣贤阿罗汉，足依肃立两旁。
Brothers and sisters, just remember is that besides being you're all here doing the physical event, and you notice that they have all the cameras. This camera is linked to the Facebook and is conducted live. So there will be two platforms on it, Facebook and YouTube. And it's also being beamed to the another Facebook called MyWesak60. And in the afternoon, it will be cross-posed to many other events, other societies, 10 world societies. So I need to seek your cooperation in following the usher's instruction. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Testing. Mic number 3. Mic number 3. Mic number 4 not working. Huh?
Testing, test.
Testing. All right. Brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, please rise and fold our palms together in Anjali. Let us invite Venerable Dhammapala to lead us in the offerings to the Buddha.
各位法友，请大家站起来，欢迎法护尊者带领我们供养品，然后大家就一起顶礼三宝三世。
Let us do it together. Sadhu, 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 sadhu. Brothers and sisters, let's kneel. And we now kneel down. We bow 3 times to pay homage to the Buddha. Buddhang bujemi, Dhammang bujemi, Sanghang bujemi. With deep respect, we now invite Venerable Dhammapala to administer to us the 3 ravages together with the 5 precepts.
我们恭请法护尊者为我们传授三皈依以及5戒。
Brothers and sisters, let's do it together. Aham bante samsara vata tukato mochanataya tisaranena saha pancha silang dhammang yachami anugahang katwa silang deta me bante. Adutiyampi ahang bante samsara vatatu kato mohana kaya disaranena saha panca silang dhammang yachami anugahang katwa silang desa me bante. Adiyampi aham bante samsara vata dukato mohana kaya disaranena saha panca silang dhammang yachami anugahang katwa silang desa me bante.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato
Saranang Gacchami
Buddhang Saranang Gacchami
Dhammang Saranang Gacchami
Dhammang Saranang Gacchami
Sanghang Saranang Gacchami
Sanghang Saranang Gacchami
Dutiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami
Dutiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami
Dutiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami
Dutiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami
Dutiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami
Dutiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami
Tatiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami
Tatiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami
Tatiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami
Tatiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami
Tatiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami
Tatiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami
Pancasila Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami
Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami
Adinadana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami
Adinadana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami
Kamesu Miccācara Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami
Kamesu Miccācara Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami
Musavada Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami
Samada Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami
Surameraya Majapamadatthana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Imani panca sikkhapadani samadhiyami
Imani panca sikkhapadani samadhiyami Imani panca sikkhapadani samadhiyami Imani panca sikkhapadani samadhiyami
อัปปมาเดนะสัมปาเดเต
Amma Bante Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu
Buddhanusati, recollection of the Buddha. Iti piso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vichacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu Anotaro Purisadam Masarati Sata Devamano Sanam Buddho Bhagavati Dhammanusati, recollection of the Dhamma, Pháp Suy Niệm. Suakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehipasiko Opanayiko Pachatam Veditavo Vinyohiti Sanghanusati, recollection of the Sangha, 生随念 Supatipano Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Ujjapatipano Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Nyaya Patipano Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Samichi Patipano Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Yadidam Chattari Purisa Yogani Atta Purisa Pogalam Esa Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Ahuneyo Pahuneyo Dakineyo Anjali Karaniyo Anutarang Unyaketang Lokasati. Chetya Vandana, salutation to the holy shrine. Vandami Chetya Sabam Sabatani Supatititam Sari Rikadatu Mahabodhi Buddha Rupa Sakalang Sada. Bodhi Vandana, salutation to the Bodhi tree. Yasamole Nisinova Sabari Vijaya Akan Pato Sabbanyutang Satang Vande Tang Bodhipadapang Ime ete Mahabodhi Lokanatena Pujitam Aham Pite Namasami Bodhiraja Namatute. Padipa Puja, offering of light. Gana Sarapaditena Dipena Tamadansina Iloka Dipa Sambuddha Pujaya Mitamonuddha. Dhupa Puja, offering of incense. Gandha Sambarayutena Dhupena Sugandhina Pujaye Pujaneyanta Puja Vajanamuttama. Pupa Puja, offering of flowers. Vanaganda Gunopedam Edam Kosuma Santati Pujayami Munindasa Sripada Saroruhe Pujami Buddha Kosumena Nena Punyena Mittena Chaho Tumokam Opa Milayati Yata Idame Kayo Tatayati Vina Sababam. Panya Puja, offering of flowers, of waters. Adiva Setuno Bante Paniya Parikapita Anukampa Upadaya Patigan Atumutama. Karma Yachana, asking for forgiveness. Kayena Vacha Chittena Pamadena Maya Gata Achayam Kamame Bante Goripanya Tathagata. Kayena Vacha Chittena Pamadena Maya Gata Achaya Kamame Dhamma Sanditika Akalika. Kayena Vacha Chittena Pamadena Maya Gata Achaya Kamame Sangha Supatipanna Anuttara. Sadhu.
Namo Buddhaya, Bante, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. Today we are very happy to be able to invite Venerable Dr. Dhammapala to give us a Dhamma talk. For the information of those who are new to Venerable Dr. Dhammapala, let me introduce the Venerable. Venerable Dr. Dhammapala was born in Kuching in 1917. He was ordained as the Upasampada Bhikkhu in Wat Chong Keda in 1994 under the most respected Chaukun Raj Dhammapala, who was the chief Siamese Sangha Naika in Malaysia. Subsequently, he sought spiritual dependence under the guidance of Bhante Dhammasakaro Mahathero. He spent 15 years studying Buddhist philosophy, Pali and Sanskrit literatures in Sri Lanka and Hong Kong. In 2009, Venerable obtained his doctorate of philosophy in Buddhist studies under the supervision of Professor Venerable K.L. Dhammayoti in the University of Hong Kong. Venerable Dr. Dhammapala is now the abbot of Brahma Vihara Monastery and Retreat Center, Malacca, and is also a monastic advisor to the Theravada Buddhist Council of Malaysia. Currently, he is a lecturer at the Buddha Dhamma Center of Hong Kong and Malaysian Buddhist Academy.
南无佛陀耶，法护尊者，各位法友，今天我们很高兴，也很荣幸，能邀请到法护尊者为我们开示佛法。对于那些可能不太熟悉法护尊者的法友们，让我简单的介绍法护尊者。尊者是于1970年出生于马来西亚沙劳越州的古晋，1994年在吉打州细县的瓦岗榜庄市剃度为僧，受具足戒与僧觉拿塔摩塔拉座下。随后尊者依止于洒甘露尊者座下进修。尊者也在斯里兰卡和香港深入佛学巴利文和梵文文献15年。在2009年，尊者在法光法师教授的指导下，获得香港大学颁发的佛教研究博士学位。尊者是马六甲梵行寺禅林和双溪比利菩提林和香港正念禅修中心的创办人和住持。尊者也是马来西亚南传佛教总会的宗教顾问之一。目前尊者是香港佛法中心和马来西亚佛教学院的讲师。
Brothers and sisters in Dhamma, with due respect, we invite Bhante to begin today's Dhamma talk.
我们现在恭请法护尊者开始今天的佛法开示。
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. A very good morning. Welcome to one-day retreat. In conjunction with MyWesak60, SJBA hosts a one-day meditation retreat. And we have two sessions today. One is in the morning and afternoon session. The morning session will be focused on the practice of mindfulness and awareness in the Anapanasati. And afternoon session will be split into two parts, from 2 to 4, a metta bhavana. Okay, it's a meditation of loving kindness, and the vipassana meditation, a meditation on the insight. Okay, so I hope you have a very fruitful spiritual journey. Right? And of course, we maintained noble silence. 那么欢迎呢，来到SJBA 一日禅修。那这也是配合我们 我国独立60周年为赛届SJBA 举办的一天禅修活动所以我们这个安排有早上跟下午的时段。那早上时段呢，我们是专注于这个安八念的正念和觉知的这个修习。那么下午时段呢，我们分成2个部分，从2点到4点的这个慈心禅修，和下午4点到6点的内观禅修。那我希望呢，你们在线上线下的参与者呢，今天有一个非常充实还有非常快乐的一天禅修体验。那由于在线上进行的这个禅修活动呢，我们没有办法就是走动所以呢，尽量呢大家保持原位。那么我们也会呢在线下呢用完午餐之后呢有一段时间可以给大家这个行禅。还有呢，就是在我们整个课程的进行期间呢，假如是你们觉得身体有一点紧的话呢你们也可以放松一下，或者是只要上洗手间都可以那么还有最重要的就是我们全程保持静语。Okay, so before we start, I'm going to introduce the theory and practice of meditation, particularly the meditation of mindfulness of in and out breathing, anapanasati, which is very important, in the progression of satipatthana contemplation. Right? So in the Mahasatipatthana Suttas, the sutta start by saying that the 4 satipatthanas are ekayana. Right? Of course, when you translate, you can translate as a direct path. That is to say, this satipatthana has a meaning of being present or attending to these 4 things, right? Body, feeling, mind, and Dhamma, with mindfulness and with awareness. Right? So this is topics today. So this is direct path because it leads directly to the purification of beings, for surmounting of sorrow and lamentation, for the disappearance of dukkha and discontent, for acquiring the true method for the realization of nirvana. So this is the meaning of direct path. Right? So at the end of these suttas, it is said that one who practices the 4 satipatthana within 7 years at most will lead to the attainment of higher stages. One is Sotapanna, and another one is Sakadagami. Right? If you want to know more about these things, probably I would prefer you to join some of the course conducted here. So now we look at the compound word, the Satipatthana, which the Bhikkhu Analayo has translated the word Satipatthana. He takes the word Sati-upatthana as the presence of mindfulness, or attending with mindfulness. Right? So the Pali commentaries take the word patthana, which means foundation or the establishment, or the cost for the establishment of mindfulness. Whatever it is, I agree with Analayo, which is very close to our practice of understanding or being present of mindfulness with regard to subtle differences of the 4 objects of body, feeling, mind, and Dhamma. So besides being mindful of the object, we also train to be aware of this object. Okay? So you have the word mindfulness and awareness. So the training of mindfulness, the training of the awareness and mindfulness are very crucial, right, in the practice of meditation. And of course, right, in addition, to maintaining, the mindfulness with regard to the in and out breathing, we must constantly be aware of each of the 16 stages of in and out breathing, right? So we are going to look into this. Okay? So this constant awareness of each step is very important in our training or meditation, through which we can strengthen the wholesome quality of mind, right? And attain the cessation of suffering. 所以呢，今天我想简单的介绍哈，就是有关禅修的这个理论和世界呢，尤其是在触入信念的这个禅修哈。那么这个触入信念呢，这个阿那巴那萨底呢，它是位于在视念处的首位我不知道大家懂不懂视念处，就身受心法，所以可以看得出来，这个视念处这个安巴念呢，它重要的位置了。所以我们一般看到的这个视念处呢，我们都会一开始就读到说视念处是一行道，一个呀呢，那什么是一行道呢？其实这个念住呢是一条直接知道，就是直接的导向涅槃的体证所以呢，佛陀讲比丘们这是直觉知道，为了众生的这个清净，为了忧伤和悲叹的超越，为了苦和不满的消灭除呢，为了正理的成就呢，为了涅槃的证悟呢，就是是念处了。所以呢，在这个念处经念处经呢，这一段经文也谈到，就是最多呢是在7年之内呢，就会导向2个较高的这个果位，一个是须陀洹，另外一个是斯陀含。所以呢，也因为这一点呢，我们可以看得到的，整个四念住呢，就是一条觉悟之道所以呢，今天呢我们除了要保持对这个触入信念保持这个正念之外呢我们还是不断的要觉知在安般念16个步骤的每一项的觉知上那么这种不断的觉知在每一个步骤呢在禅修的训练呢也是非常重要那么我们透过不断在觉知的训练上呢，我们可以提升我们内在的这个素质证得这个苦的熄灭。Okay, now these 4 Satipatthana Sutta you can see, from this chart, they are supporting each other, right? Or they could even be integrated within a single meditation practice in the Anapanasati. You look at the Anapanasati is the very first one, in and out breathing. So therefore, in the Anapanasati, right, being the first in this progression of Satipatthana, there is a complete development of samatha and vipassana. Okay, so which we can describe, how mindfulness of breathing can be developed in such a way that it encompassed all 4 Satipatthana. Okay, it means that by practicing Satipatthana itself already encompass the whole of the 4 foundations of mindfulness. So if you look at the contents of the Satipatthana, you might think that the meditation require a lot of understanding of theories, right? And less practiced is emphasized. This is not true, right? Because theory and practice should come side by side, right? Without theory understanding, there is hardly any proper practice and realization. For example, if there is unwholesome thought that arises, if you have a proper understanding of the teaching of meditation, then you know how to find ways, to counteract these unwholesome thoughts, okay, from its arising, right? Or even to abandon it, and furthermore, prevent the unwholesome thoughts arising in the future. So all this requires training, right? Require knowing and understanding with regards to meditation. So the practice of Satipatthana should be trained, right? And progressed from the grossest level, right? You look at this table, it's from the contemplation of the body, mindfulness in and out breathing, and gradually to the most subtle level, right? Through the contemplation of feeling, of chittas, and of dhammas. So that our mind is constantly inclined, right, towards the realization of Nibbana. You see, when you talk about the realization of Nibbana, it is about the realization of Four Noble Truths, right? And attain the path and fruition of the Arya path, right? So you look at this table, right? This is a direct path to the realization of Four Truths. Started from the mindfulness of in and out breathing, right? So yeah, we just look at it. We are not going to go into the details of it, but we will look at the first one, right? But you look at the contemplation of body, right? The kaya, it includes in and out breathing, the postures, the activities of the body, right? And anatomical parts, and the elements and the corpse in decay, right? And the second one is a contemplation of feeling, right? The third one is a contemplation of mind, and the fourth one is a contemplation of dhammas, include 5 hindrances, 5 aggregates, 12 sense spheres, 7 awakening factors, and the Four Noble Truths. Finally, the realization of path and fruition. 我们来看呢，就是这4念处的整个表啊。那这4念处呢，它是相互支持的啊，就是说4念处呢的修行呢，也可以呢整合在单一的这个禅法修习中啊，比如说在这个触入细念里面啊，就是说触入细念的这个修习啊，它已经呢涵盖了全部4念住的这个方式啊，所以呢，在这个触入细念这个禅法修习里面呢，止和观的修行呢，都可以呢得到呢很完整的这个开展哈。那么还有就是我们在看这个4念住呢，很多人可能就会就退缩了，怎么禅修还要这么多，还要了解这么多理论了，是吧？很多人可能就认为说禅修就静静坐那里就好了，不要了解这么多哈，也不要去想什么哈，你以为你不要想你就 OK 咩，是吗？所以呢，我们还是真的要了解这个理论的哈所以呢，只要譬如说简单来讲，比如我们有不善的念头升起来，你连不善的念头是什么你都搞不清楚，那你说你还能修吗？所以呢，像整个修行的过程里面它都不断的在教导我们，什么不善的念头升起来，对吗？那假如我们有一个正确的理解的话呢，我们就知道如何呢当下去对治这个不善法的这个升起，乃至呢断除它，或者进一步呢阻止它的这个升起来所以呢可以看得出来，在整个修行里面呢，我们是不断的要来训练我们的心，对整个禅法呢要有深入的研究所以为什么今天呢我们下午会看这个慈心禅跟这个智慧禅呢这2个部分不是只是在那里点点读懂我们其实是要了解的那这样的话有一个正确的了解，那我们才能实践是不是？所以比如说大家在看这个4念处里面它也有这个次第的，就是从最粗显的这个层次呢，到最这个什么最细微的这个层次所以为什么会从深受心法就是这样子那这样子的一个训练呢，就是令我们的心不断的对苦的熄灭，就是证悟呢，或者是对涅槃呢有所倾向那么这样子的话呢，我们循着这条道路不断的去训练我们的心那么我们就可以去向这个苦的熄灭了所以呢，这个4念处有包括深受心法深的这个部分呢，大家看就第一开始从这个触入细念还有怎么训练我们的位移啦、走路啦、姿势啦，还有我们的动作啦，还有包括就是世界啦，还有9目地等等，还有或者是不净观这是属于深念处的这个范畴 那接下来我们有受念处、心念处跟法念处。这个法呢，就是有五种啊，就是我们一定要懂得这个五盖啊、五蕴、气觉知、六入处跟这个是圣谛了啊。所以呢，像这个部分呢，我们会在下午的时段会略略的谈一两个部分罢了。好，那给大家知道说，今天来这里禅修呢，不会浪费你们的时间，而是真正对整个禅法有一个了解。So, like I have said just now, the practice of in and out breathing includes a complete development, right, of the samatha and vipassana. Yeah, you have the samatha and vipassana, right? And of course, afterwards we will see this in and out breathing consists of 16 stages of training of mind. You see how, mindfulness of breathing, if developed properly, fulfill the four foundation of mindfulness. Yeah, though the word is not very appropriate, to my understanding. Yeah, should be, 4 types attending to the mindfulness. Yeah? And then the 4, it says that, when the 4 establishment of mindfulness, when developed and cultivated, it fulfill the 7 factors of awakening. And the 7 factors of awakening, when developed and cultivated, right, fulfill through knowledge and liberation. So it describes how mindfulness of in and out breathing can be developed in such a way that it encompasses all the 4 satipatthana. Okay? 所以刚才我们有谈到的，就是这个触入细念就是已经涵盖了这整个16个次第的止观的这个修行。好，那当然也就涵盖了整个四念处的修行。所以呢，在这个安般念经的禅法修行中呢，也提到就是说触入细念当群修之后呢，能够使四念处得到圆满修习四念处之后呢，也能够使这个气觉知觉得到圆满那修习气觉之后呢，也能够使这个明和解脱呢得到圆满。Okay, so yeah, mindfulness. Okay. 那么 you see, our topic today is about the mindfulness and awareness. Right? So this mindfulness and awareness are 2 very important teachings in the practice. And these 2 are related and are very important in the cultivation and purification of the mind. So in the Mahasatipatthana Suttas, these 2 practices, mindfulness and awareness, that is to say sati and sampajanya, are to be applied together, to these 4 areas. You see, to the body, to the feeling, to the mind, right, mental activity, and to the dhammas, right? That's why the Buddha says in the Sarti Nikaya, right, on the section called mindful, right, the Buddha says, bhikkhus, a bhikkhu should dwell should dwell mindful and clearly comprehending. This is my instruction to you. OK， 所以呢，佛陀呢在教导，就是在他的佛法教导上呢有2个非常重要的教导，一个就是念，一个就是觉知，或者是叫正知。正知就是 sati 就是念正念，一个是正知 sampajanya， 就是我们说觉知或者是正知。那这2个也都是非常重要的这个修行功课所以呢，我们将这个念跟正知呢都同时摆在这4个地方，就是身体、感受、心跟法所以呢，佛陀在这个相应部里面就对比丘们讲了说，比丘们对不对？比丘应该保持念和觉知，这个就是我给你的教法了。Okay, so the Buddha taught us the practice of mindfulness, okay, which is to train our mind to remain in the present moment, right? It means that there's no past, there's no future, right? And to remember, right, to take, for example, in the case of Anapanasati, to take the in and out breathing as an object and bring the object to the present moment. Okay? So it means that the word sati, is of course, though we translate as mindfulness, but it has also the meaning of to remember, to bring back an object to the present moment, right? So in addition to, the mindfulness, right, we need to train our mind as well, right? So that we know clearly the quality of our mind, whether it is wholesome or unwholesome qualities, right? And to make our mind alert and to have a clarity, which can be used to counteract, right, an abundance unwholesome dhammas, such as we are going to see, 5 hindrances, like drowsiness, sleepiness, right? And of course, to arouse and strengthen the wholesome qualities of mind, such as the factors of the mindfulness, right? Etc., etc. So this awareness, you can see that I have said already the mindfulness and awareness, right? The mindfulness is to remember to take the object. And then in addition to mindfulness, the awareness is to comprehend, okay? Is to comprehend or to train our mind to clear the quality of mind and to train, okay? That this is a vipassana part, right? So this kind of awareness, right, is in the sutta. There is a description. It's like describing. It's like the watch as a watchman, right? At the building gate, whoever enter and leave the building, right, and to keep the building safe and secure, right? So you see, of course, though it's easy to understand, right, theoretically, but we tend to forget. So we have to remember, right? So this kind of remember and training of awareness require a lot of earnest training and putting a lot of effort. So at least when you are sitting down there, you have to know what you are doing. You cannot say that, or your mind is just empty. Like people said, no, don't think too much, meditate, you see. But when once they meditate, they knew nothing, and then they fall to sleep. So that is not true, right? So you can see that the training require a lot of bringing, the mindfulness to the present moment. Taking an object, of course, you have to take an object, and another one is to be aware of quality of each breath. Okay, so this is very important. So of course, we also can, in our daily life, we also can apply the mindfulness and awareness, right, of our own action of body, speech, and mind. Right? If we have a constant of mindfulness and awareness, right, towards our own physical body action and mind, it will help to reduce the unwholesome action of body, speech, and mind. Right? So if we have the thought of unwholesome action, right, or we do the unwholesome action, for example, the awareness can effectively stop the unwholesome action. You see, so not just only in the meditation, with mindfulness and awareness also can be applied in the day-to-day life. 所以呢，佛陀呢教导，刚才谈到的这个正念跟正知嘛，这个修行，其实呢就是要训练我们的心呢，安住于当下，就是不要去思考过去，也不要去盼望这个未来，在每一当下呢，就是要意念，就是我们正念呢，就是不断的去意念呢，比如说我们拿这个安住信念，就是意念这个呼吸，为所缘，就是活在当下，那同时呢，我们也要训练正知吧，觉知，要训练我们的心，让我们的心呢，很清楚的知道，我们当下心的这个 quality 品质， OK， 当下的品质，意思就是说，保持我们的心，有一个很清新的这个觉照在那里啊。那这样的话呢，有了这个觉知之后我们才能够呢消除我们这个五盖就是一些不善法生起来，比如说五盖或者是睡眠等等的那这样的，当然这个觉知呢也可以促进和加强我们心的这个善法，比如说气觉知这样，比如说念或者是其他的这善法，那让它升起来，加强它。所以呢，这个正知就是我们要知道所以呢，禅虚不是像大家所讲的，就是那里静静的坐下来，等下一坐禅呢就睡觉。为什么？你一坐禅，你根本不知道你在做什么，是吗？所以呢，这样子的一个训练方式，这样子的一个坐禅方法，其实呢，它是要不断的被训练就是我们的心不断的要被训练呢，还有就是透过我们自己不懈的努力，明白吗？所以在我们的日常生活里面呢，我们也是要觉知就是自己身口意的这些行为，是吧？每当有一些不善法生起来的时候呢，我们知道这些不善法的生起来，而能够呢当下把这个不善法给它断除所以呢，这种的觉知它有效的来停止这些不善法的这个行为。OK， 所以 so you look at the word sati, and okay, let me see. Because okay, we come back to these two very important words, sati and sampajanya, right? This sati and sampajanya, mindfulness and awareness, okay, are related to each other. So the word Pali, sati, is from the root smur, right? Smurru. Smurru means to remember, right? So the sati means remembering and not forget, not to forget. So in our practice of mindfulness, we remember, right? Not to forget the object of meditation. Right? As in the case of in and out breathing, we remember to take in and out breathing as an object. Okay? And of course, other than taking an object, right? To remember taking an object, this sati also includes, remembering, the righteous dharmas in our mind, right? And not to forget the righteous dharmas. For example, the dharmas of Four Noble Truth, 12-fold dependent origination, and Nibbana. Okay? So if we meditate, just diam duduk, not doing what we are doing, then your meditation becomes very useless. Just only diam duduk saja. You see, you can't even solve your problem, right? So that sati has a meaning, two meanings. One is to remember object. Another one is to remember the righteous dharmas. At least when in the meditation, we remember Four Noble Truth. We remember, the Four Foundation of Mindfulness. We remember, the 12-fold dependent origination. Okay? So therefore, the sati, the mindfulness, the first one, is to keep us, from not forgetting the object of meditation. Then the second one, awareness, comprehending, right? Make us to understand the details of the object, to prevent the arising of the unwholesome thought, or to promote the wholesome dharmas to arise in the dharma, right? So then when these two, sati and sampajanya, works together, it becomes a very powerful counteragent, right? To get rid of greed, hatred, and delusion. OK， 所以呢，我们在谈这个正念跟正知这两块就是我们经常都会把它连在一块正念正念没觉知也不行的，所以要有正念跟觉知。那我们首先来看就是正念了。正念巴利文叫 sati， 它从这个 smur， 就是意思就是说有这个忆起的意思，记住的意思。所以呢，这个 sati 呢，除了我们一般讲正念其实它也包括就是意念包括不忘记的意思。 所以呢，这个在我们的修行中呢，我们一定要不忘失这个出入系作为我们禅修的这个目标。你不能忘记，你不能够坐在那里，我们去做乜嘞？那就不是正念咯，是吧？所以你很清楚的，因为坐下来，我很清楚我这一刻在做什么了。所以你看，你的正念气刻就提起来了Then， 那除了这个正念之外呢，这个正念还有另外一个意思，就是你要把这个正法记在心里面，不要忘失这个正法。所以当我们在修习正念的时候我们要知道四念处我们要知道12缘起法这个等的这些佛法那这样的话你才明白你整个修行的目的是什么，对不对？只要是你这个一坐禅什么都不知道，你也懵这样子，那其实给我感觉就是你有一点好像当下有点浪费时间这样子明白吗？这个是佛教的这个禅法的修行。所以呢，在正念的修行里面呢我们不要忘失这个禅修的目标也不要忘失这个正法那另外呢，觉知呢，就是我们要深入了解我们的目标的内容我们要了了的分明此刻我们的内心有没有善法升起，或者是不善法的升起，我们来断除它，或者是促进它的这个升起来所以呢，这样子的话呢，在我们的修行过程里面，正念跟觉知的话呢，一起运用的时候呢，它就很有效的断除这个贪嗔痴。OK， 我看呢，这个我就跳了。Okay, now. Okay, this one is from the Majjhima Nikaya. Okay, now so we look at how the Siddhartha Gautama attained the Buddhahood, right? We know that the Bodhisattva Gautama spent several years, right, practicing the extreme asceticism. Later on, he gave up, those ascetic practice, right, as fatale, because his body was so weak, right? He cannot even obtain any happiness at all, through the practice. Then he thought, I should give up this. So he accepted the offering, of rice gruel, by Sujata, right? And after taking the rice gruel, he regained his strength, right? Then because of this, his 5 other attendants following him also left him. So now he becomes alone. Right? So, while he was, thinking the way ahead, how should I go then? Then he says that, a memory suddenly, come to him that this is indeed, the path to awakening, path to enlightenment or awakening. Right? So this is a passage. He said, I recall that when my father, the Sakyan, was occupied, while I was sitting in the cool shade of the rose apple tree, secluded from the sensual pleasure, secluded, from the unwholesome states, I entered and dwelt in the first jhana, which is accompanied by thought and examination, rapture and happiness born of seclusion. Could this be the path to enlightenment? Right? So he has that thought arise. Then following on that memory came the realization, this is the path to enlightenment. 所以呢，我们看就是这个悉达多乔大摩他是如何经历成佛的这个过程那我们知道，就是这个乔大摩经历了很多年的苦行都无效所以他放弃了，因为他身体非常虚弱，他得不到任何的快乐所以呢又重回吃回那些什么粗食和粥也因为这样子呢，他无谓的随从也就离开他了。那时他一个人就想说，哎呀，我要怎么走下去呢？这条路总不能就放弃吧，是吧？所以突然间呢有一个记忆飘来那个记忆是这样的，就是说有一次父王呢在处理释迦人的食物时候呢，我坐在葡萄树下的这个树荫底下呢，那里坐着 啊，就坐禅啊，那是我内心离开五欲，离开不善法，有觉 ，OK， 有正觉，有观就是正知，来，他又离开五欲的不善法所升起的喜乐，啊，然后进入了初禅了。所以那时候他就想说，哎，这是否是一条通往觉悟的道路呢？那因为这个记忆啊，它升起了，啊，这就是一条通往觉悟的道路。So, Gautama start by recollecting the practice of mindfulness of in and out breathing. So very soon he attained the 4 jhanas, okay, and realized 3 vidyas or 3 knowledges, which are the knowledge of the recollection of the past, knowledge of the passing away and rebirth of beings, and the knowledge of the destruction of the taints. Okay, here's the default. So he indicates this is a path to enlightenment. Of course, we are not going to go into the details of jhanas and 3 knowledges. Right? Today, we will explain in brief the 16 stages of practice of mindfulness of in and out breathing, which is show, the progressive path to the attainment of sainthood. 所以那时候呢，这个悉达多乔大摩啊，他就想，我要怎么走向这个觉悟呢？啊，他就回想到他儿子，在无师自通的情况下呢，他自己修这个触入系法了。那这部经呢，也提供了整个觉悟的这个次第的描述，就是一共有16个次第的这个描述。然后呢，之后呢，他获得了4禅，然后有3名。当然，今天我们不会去深入的解释什么叫4禅跟3名的这个体验啊。所以今天呢，我们会谈16个步骤的触入系的这个修行方法。Okay, so the practice of mindfulness of in and out breathing, right? The sutta start by saying is best practice involve these 3 places, right? Forest, under trees, and empty house, right? Or like quiet drilling like this. Yeah? So in our daily practice, you see our mind are often right exposed, to various desire. For example, now people likes to play games, online games, right? Or watching movie, go to the social media, listening to the music, or even to go to the restaurants to eat the delicious food, or even go for shopping, etc., etc. You can see that, we have so much desire. Our life is filled with all this desire, right? If you ask him to meditate, many people said, "Ayo, mana boleh oh, huh?" It is so difficult, and they have no interest at all, right? In meditation, they rather go to the shopping, right? So it says that like a fish, right? It says that in the sutta, like it's a fish is taken out of the water and placed on the dry ground, right? So the fish will keep jumping up and down, see, and desire to go back to the water. Also the same thing like this. I don't know how many of you here already meditate. Wants to go back. 怎么时间还过不了的？ Why the time is stuck there? You see, there's that desire, huh? So, in order to overcome this kind of the bad habit, right? So we need a constant effort to bring our scattered mind, to the in and out breathing, again and again, right? And to cultivate a good habit of focusing on in and out breathing, right? Then of course, first we have to adjust, what we are doing here, with mindfulness, with awareness. So you are mindful of this object of meditation, and you are mindful what you are going to do. Okay, then adjust your meditation postures and relax, right? And the sutta says, bring the mindfulness in front. What is that in front? Paramukha. Okay, it says, just mindful, I breathe in. Mindful, I breathe out. Sattva asasati. Sattva asasati. Okay, so this parimukha, parimukha, has several interpretations, right? One interpretation is that under the tips of the nose, right? And of course, this is the best place to pay attention to in and out breath, right? And you see, you just, okay? This is the emphasis. Just breathe in mindfully. Just breathe out mindfully. So the word sato wa is emphasis. Just be mindful. Just the breath pass through, the nostril naturally. So here the sati, mindfulness, is to remember, right? To take the in-out breathing as an object in the present moment, not the past, not the future. Okay? 所以呢，在这个观呼吸的这个一开始呢，这个经文就讲这3个地方适合修行啦，一个在森林啊，一个在树下，一个在空无处哈。那当然，我们讲禅修的时候呢，不是每个人都很喜欢呢，因为闷得要死啊。那是为什么呢？因为我们的心呢，平时呢，我们的心都接触很多这些各种娱乐啊，比如说去看电影啊。听音乐玩手机啊，玩游戏或者是 shopping 你叫他来禅修没人睬你的他说来禅修干嘛呢？是吧？是吧？他在那里像很多人在这里禅修，一直在看手表了，是吧？哎，几时完呢？几时完？他心其实都不在当下呢，对不对？你跟他讲念呼吸，触入细念，他也了不丢了因为他心都不在当下了，你说怎么办呢？是吧？所以呢，我们就要把这个触入性呢拉回到现在我们也要意念我们当下是在做什么，要知道在做什么所以呢一旦我们说这些观念正确树立之后接下来就是谈到这个念呢，要把它置放于前，就是在前面，Parimukha，Pari 就是全面。Mukha 就是我们的脸跟马来文一样Parimukha 就是我们的，他没有讲说在鼻子所以呢，也因为这样子呢，就是有很多不同的老师呢，对这个 Parimukha 有不同的解释，有些就是说在可能鼻尖下的这个位置啦，它是最容易注意这个触入细念这样子所以呢，这里面一开始就讲说 Sattva 就是就是讲什么？就是只需要保持正念，知道保持正念在这个很自然的，在这个一入一息的这个当下让这个呼吸呢很顺畅的通过我们的鼻孔。所以你看，在坐禅的时候要调整一下心态的所以呢，这里的正念呢，就是要记得要专注于呼吸，然后呼吸呢。发生在当下，就是没有过去也没有未来。So this parimukha, right, can be interpreted as on the tips of the nose, right? And of course, there are also many other meditation teachers has other interpretation as well, right? For example, in several tradition, right? Other tradition will teach you, several other methods of observing the breath. For example, other meditation teacher will teach you to experience the breath at the area of the chest. Okay? Other meditation will teach you, the wind element at the abdomen. Okay? Also parimukha, you see? Also in front, we don't know whether here or here or here. Anyway, just in front. And some other meditation teach you, to teach the direct awareness, right, to the breathing itself, okay, rather than focusing on any particular area, okay. And 所以呢，我们说在这个触入信念里面，他提到的在前，就是 Parimukha 这个在置放于前面这个位置呢。有很多不同的解读啦。 那一般呢，就是说在这个笔尖下的这个位置啊，这个是当然还有其他的这个解读方式啊，就是有一些很出名的一些禅修老师呢，他们也会教导这个置放于前这个呼吸的这个方法。比如说有一些老师呢，他们会去教导、去体验这个胸部的这个呼吸，也是在前面吗？是不是？不一定要闭着啊，胸部也可以啊，也对啊。那有一些呢，他会教你去体验这个感知这个腹部的这个风界，腹部的风界 ，OK？ 那甚至老师呢也会呢叫你把觉知呢放在呼吸本身的这个动作这个也是有所以呢在于这个在前在巴尔木克呢是有这些不同的这个解释好，那我们来看，So this is a whole framework it describes in the Anapanasati, mindfulness and awareness. Okay, these two run through 16 stages. Okay, so from the physical phenomenon of breathing, right, to feeling, to the chitta, okay, and to the mind, okay, mind, to the Dhamma, here to the development of insight. Okay, so during these 16 stages, right, besides being mindful of in and out breathing as an object, you see there are also 16 different training of awareness to an object. Okay, and you look at this table, the first 12 steps belong to the coming aspects. Coming here means samatha. Okay, and the last 4, which I highlighted in red, right, belong to the aspect of insight. Okay, so this is one thing. Another thing we have to know that the first 2, okay, is the knowing the length of the breath. Okay, and the rest 14 are the process of training the mind to be aware of each breath. So you have the knowing and the training. You see the knowing and training and the mindfulness and awareness all include into one. So it's not an easy, of course we can easily take for granted, you don't need to know this thing, meditate. But you will always start at the very beginning level. No, you cannot progress, right? So we have to know, like I said, you have to know, right? The meditation. So we take the in and out breathing as an object, right? And to guide the mind to become and have the ability to observe, right? In the process of different contemplation of body, feeling, and mind. Okay? So, and the last 4, right, requires tremendous training and effort. So during this step onward, as we advance in meditation, right, more training is required. Now, when you talk about the training, the training here hinted you that you have to put extra effort in your meditation, right? You have to make extra hard, to some extent. Because the more you train your mind, the wider the awareness of an object. It's like that, Lord. You want to train your muscle, you train your muscle once a week, wake up muscle. So if you want to have a beautiful muscle, 12 layers, then you have to train at least 4 hours a day. This is if you want to train the mind, also the same thing. How to train the mind to bring the paramukha to in front. So this is how you train your mind. You see? 所以呢，在这个触入信念的这个架构里面呢，这个觉知呢，就贯穿了这16个步骤所以这16个步骤你在这里看呢就是以这个触入信念佛陀教导的这个为背景，那么这16个呢也有不同的觉知的这个顺念来的所以呢前12个步骤呢就是修止的这个阶段，后4个呢是修观的阶段那么前2个呢是知道knowing pajanati 就是知道它呼吸的长短，所以呢 后14个呢，就是要训练我们的心掌握在每一个呼吸里所随观的这个过程，OK 所以你看这14个步骤的这个训练呢，用这样的一个方法来训练我们的心那么我们的心才能够有更广泛的觉知，乃至生无涅槃所以我们刚才讲说，就是说，假如是你只是1个星期花半个钟头来练这个肌肉的话，你说你能够有12块腹肌吗？不可能假如是你要训练的话，心也是一样1个星期做1次半个钟头能够吗？也训练不了所以呢，我们要不断的来训练我们要不断的额外的付出这个努力，这样子的话呢，我们的心才能够得到净化哇，我还可以讲吗？好，我们来看这16个步骤简单来看sorry. So in the first 2 stage of breathing, the keyword here is pajanati, right? Knowing. So it is a knowing, not the training yet. Knowing, okay? But yeah, know what you are doing first, So the breathing in long, he knows I breathe in long. Breathing out long, he knows I breathe out long. Okay, so after this, after lunch, you can try this. Okay, then the second stage is breathing in short. He knows I breathe in short, breathing out short. Right? He knows I breathe out short. So here the keyword is the pajanati. Okay, he knows. So this is a very simple discernment of the quality of the breath, right? So we can see it as a very rudimentary act of clear awareness, right? So this is a breath of coming in and going out as long as short, right? So you just simply observe the moving of in and out, right? As long and short, okay? Just knowing that. Okay, so this is the initial first two, a very rudimentary act of clear awareness. So these 2 stages, what you need to know is to know the length of in and out breath and be aware of long and short breath. Okay, and then of course after some times, if you persistently, knowing, then you will notice that your breath will become more and more subtle, become more and more shorter, and then become more and more joyful. So this is the first, the 2 stage, right? 所以在这个初入信念里面一开始就提到知道就知道什么呢？知道我入细长是我知道我入细长或者是我触细长，我知道触细长，或者是我第2个步骤就知道我入细短，入细短是我知道我入细短，所以这个都是知道的这个过程所以呢，你可以看得到呢，这个呼吸里面的静跟触、长跟短我们可以理解为这个初步的觉知就是正知那么我们以正念来观察这个触入观察这个触入呢，以正知来观察这个触入系的这个长短意思就是说，我们不能只是你有正念，不能没有正知，我们要知道就是我们不忘视我们这个呼吸作为我们的目标，那同时呢，我们也要正知呼吸的内容这里面就是指它的长短了。OK OK all right from this stage onwards we need to train our mind to be continuously mindful of in and out breath and be aware of the change of each individual's in and out breath. Be aware so you see these 16 stages, they have different awareness training. Okay, so it's not just diam do. We have to know. So you have to remember these 16 stages. So that's why to be mindful of your in and out breath. Okay, and to be aware of these 16 stages as well, right? So the third and the fourth stage contemplation are related to the experience of the whole body, right? And the tranquilizing. And the fourth one is the tranquilizing of the bodily formation activities, okay? So, okay. So here we look at the whole body, right? You can take it as the entire length. Okay, they asked me to stop now. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for your kindness. Okay. Then we can continue some other times. But I think it's good already. You have these two training of mine, the first and the second one. So you can afterwards you can put these two and put in your practice, right? Okay. Yeah.
Let's put our palms together and say sadhu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much, Venerable Dr. Dhammapala, for the interesting and inspiring Dhamma talk this morning. Later on, we will invite Bhante to lead us in the sharing merits.
我们感谢法护尊者今天的佛法开示。待会儿我们将邀请尊者带领大家分享功德。
Patidana, transference of merit, 回向功德。Akasata cha bhumata deva naga mahidika punyang tang anumoditva chirang rakantu loka sasanang chirang rakantu desanang chirang rakantu mang parang etavata cha amhehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva sabbe satta sabbe buddha anumodantu sabba sampati siddhya idang me nyatinang hotu sukita hontu ñācayo idang me ñātina hotu sukita hontu ñācayo idang me ñātina hotu sukita hontu ñācayo Patthana imina punya kamena mame bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yavani vanapatiya idang me punyam asava kaya wahang hotu idang me punyam nibbana sapat chayo hotu sadhu sadhu sadhu
Brothers and sisters, in the Dhamma, we have concluded this morning Buddha Puja and the Dhamma talk. I now invite you to partake in the Vindachara to offer food to the Sangha as part of our cultivation of Dana.
各位法友，接下来我们邀请大家参加供养食物与僧团托钵的善行，作为我们修行布施的一部分，以结束今天早上的敬佛礼。
Brothers and sisters, this is how we are going to conduct the Vindachara. Later on, we will be moving out of this shrine hall in an orderly manner, row by row, starting from the front row. Please make sure that you pick up a container of the white rice on the way out. Remember, after you have offered, please return the container. Once you have completed it already, complete the offering, return the container at the same place where you have collected the containers. Lying up outside our shrine hall along the corridor, around the building outside, and wait for the venerable monks on their arms round. Please maintain noble silence while waiting for the members of the Sangha to walk towards you.
以下是托钵的过程，请按照义工们的指示，从前排开始有序地离开这大殿。请确保您在出去的时候领取1小盒的白米饭。供养之后，请大家把饭盒归还于你之前领取的地方。然后就是大家沿着大殿周围的走廊排队等待，请大家安静、耐心的等待僧团尊者托钵向您走来。
Please maintain noble silence during the entire Vindachara or arms round. You may kneel down or remain standing as you offer the rice to the monks. Please scoop only 1 spoonful of rice and offer into the alms bowl. Out of reverence to the Sangha, do not touch the alms bowl during the offering. Be mindful and maintain concentration before, during, and after your offering. Be glad at heart before the offering. Feel happy and satisfied with your offering. Have an uplifted heart after doing so. This noble deed of yours will then be highly meritorious. After the Bindachara or alms rounds, we'll also be inviting you for your lunch. After lunch, you may come back to the shrine hall to have your self-practice until about 12:30 p.m. when we start the next part of the program on the doctrine, practice, and the QA on metta and vipassana meditation. Thank you for your attention. I request the first row to rise, and then the first row on the right too. Please rise and then move to the back. Oh, sorry, just hold on, please. We have to do one more last part. Let's pay respect to the Triple Gem. All right, on the knees and put your palms together in our jali. Buddhang bujimi. Dhammang bujimi. Sanghang bujimi. All right, the first row may rise and then go to the back straight away. All right. The first row, please go to the back. No? Walk to the back. Now the second row. The third row. Next row. And the next row. And the next row.
Ngiri